Guys, I posted some cool videos on doing destination weddings, doing destination expos and all that stuff, and just being able to travel and do things, right? And I got a lot of comments on pricing. So a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram were asking about how do you actually charge for travel? And it's not as hard as you think, but I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit more about what you should be thinking about when you are traveling and doing destination weddings. So let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jeremy with Jeremy Lou Photography. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the office. Guys, traveling can be fun. Traveling can be amazing. You get to do new destinations. You get to shoot new locations, and it's beautiful. But it is stressful, and it's a lot to think about. So what I always do is I always start at my base rate. My rate is my rate no matter where I go. But there's adding on things when you travel that you have to think about. And if you don't, you're gonna end up losing money, right? So these extra things, a lot of photographers might not even charge, or they wanna do it for free. And then secondly, like if you're one of those photographers that wants to travel and shoot for free and do all that, that's great. Just know that you're devaluing what you do as a business owner, entrepreneur, creator. I mean, really, you get to this point where people want to pay for you to go to Italy, to go to Mexico, to go to Hawaii and shoot their event and wedding. But for some reason, you feel like you want to give it for free because you get to go to these locations. I promise you, paying for you just to go to locations without having to shoot is way more enjoyable. The anxiety and the thought process that goes into me shooting a Cabo wedding, knowing that I have to get there 3 days early, carry all my gear, scout, look for locations, makes the extra days not as enjoyable because I'm constantly working and I don't really get to unwind. Whereas if I just went to Cabo with my family, I would spend the money to go to Cabo, but I would literally get to unwind and relax and do what I want in that time. Not to say I don't love traveling and destination, but it has to be worth it and it has to be work, right? Right. So first thing you do is you have your rate, right? Say you charge $4,000 for a wedding, that is your rate. What do you have to add on to your couple and talk about before then? You're gonna add these things on separately, but I highly recommend that when you send the invoice, you send it all as one thing called travel, called destination fee, something where you're not breaking down every little hotel bill, every little per diem, every little car rental, and so forth, right? So there's really only 4 things you wanna focus on. The first thing is how you're getting there, flight, right? So I always fly, and depending on my package, I might have an assistant, I might have a second shooter. So it's up to 3 tickets that they're gonna be getting for my team to get over there. I always try to be reasonable. I always fly with whatever. I do not use my points. I pay for it with money so that not only do I get the points, which is nice, but it's also monetary value to it, right? So I add that flight. So let's say your flight is $200 each way, $400. $400 times 3 is $1,200. That's what we're starting with. We have our flight. When we get there, are we renting a car or are we Ubering? Let's say we're renting a car. We have a car fee as well. We're gonna add that to the invoice. If we have an Uber that we have to Uber places, whatever. We have a hotel fee. Hotel fees added to it, right? As you can tell, we're already probably at like $2,000, almost $3,000, depending on how long we're there. For the hotel itself, I only ask them to pay for 2 nights. I ask them to pay for the night before the wedding and the night before that. So, right, so if the wedding's on a Saturday, I'm getting there on a Thursday. So I'll stay Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. No, I do 3 nights. I request 3 nights. I used to request 2. I'm leaving that in. I used to request 2 simply because I felt like I just get in there, do the thing, right? Get in there the night before, shoot the wedding, stay there the night, and then leave that morning, which is fine for like smaller local weddings. Maybe I'm driving, but if I'm flying, I get anxious. What if something happens with our flights? We lost bags on a flight one time, and so forth. Also, never check your camera gear. Always bring it with you on the flight. So you have 3 nights that they're requesting per person, right? If your assistants are and your second shooters are 2 of the opposite sex, cool. I always get a room to myself. I'm a 40-year-old man. I don't need to share a room with anybody. It's just what I do. So we have that on the bill. And then the last, and if you want to stay extra, that's totally up to you. You just paid to stay extra. And the last thing that you need to add that we don't think about is called a per diem, right? And this is in the advertising commercial world. But a per diem is extra money you would have spent if you did not, money you would not have spent if you did not have to go, right? So I have a house, right? So if I was shooting a wedding here and I have my breakfast here, I have all this stuff, I'm not really spending any extra money, but if I'm shooting a wedding in Vegas, Well, I'm gonna be paying Vegas prices for breakfast, Vegas prices for lunch, dinner. I'm paying for these extra things that I would have to get because I'm out of town. And this is called a per diem. Think of it as an allowance, if you will, right? But it's built into everybody. In the commercial world, in the advertising world, everybody has a per diem for the day. You get a set amount of dollars to spend. If you don't spend it, you lose it kind of vibe, right? So I had a per diem, and it can be anywhere from $50 to $100 per person per day. And this will cover your team as well. When your team goes and like, oh my God, I forgot that I need Advil, I need this, or now we have to have breakfast and there's no real other place to breakfast in the hotel, but the hotel of course is charging $40 a plate. This covers those extra costs without having to nitpick your client and be like sending all the receipts in. So I like per diems and I love it. Depending on the location, it'll be $50 or $100 per day per person. That's it. You build that in, all those go into a travel fee on top of your regular invoice, boom, boom. Keep the receipts. If they'd like to see the receipts, that's cool. And then I know some couples, some photographers, they would even love just to do, hey, I have a set $2,000 rate that'll cover me and my assistant and all the things that we need, our hotel, our flight and all that. And you can do that too. Just know that that doesn't always work for you. And the goal of this is not losing money off of your rate. Traveling's great, but you need to travel and make money as well. Say it with me. We need to travel and make money as well. Thank you.